Well, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome
Hold on,
to
real
the
quick.
Proud Mary podcast, everybody. Hold
Welcome,
on.
welcome, welcome.
I am Monique Je, and can you hear me
Oh,
still?
92 sag, 92 sag. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my thing because it went off somewhere. I'm trying to put it on here so I can see the comments as they go by on YouTube.
Yes, I'm going to have it set up.
Mhm.
But welcome to the Proud Mary podcast. Well, you know, our motto is we give it nice, give it to you nice when we can and rough when we must. So we first want to apologize for coming on a few hours late today. Reason being we had technical difficulties. We are in a technological time, so you know difficulties can happen. But we wanted to make sure that we still came on, gave you what we know is going to be an amazing show. We've been prepping for it for a week. We're still muddling our way
Mhm.
in. If you have seen episodes 1, 2, and 3, we appreciate you being here for every last one of them. If you have not subscribed
Yes.
yet, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we're going to go ahead and get this show started. So,
Mhm.
our first segment. If you guys know, we have things set up in segments. So our first segment of today is, let me make sure I pick the right thing. There you go. Is that it? Oh, no, that ain't it. Let's see if I got it. Stag. Do I got it, stag? I probably don't. Is it law?
Um.
Let's see. If we
Let's
talking
talk
law,
law.
law, yeah.
Yes, let's talk some law. Let me go pull
What's
this up so we can look at this.
what's going on in the in law today? Are there any new cases that's been filed? Who are cases filed against? And we're going to break it down as much as we possibly can based on our knowledge. We will give a disclaimer. Neither one of us are attorneys, but we are both very two smart young ladies, smart women. I am by degree, a paralegal, which means I am taught to how to understand legal jargon and legal documents, as well as as Stag has much studies in constitutional law, as well as very smart young lady as well. So we're gonna break down. We have some particular ones we want to talk about today. We have planned. We're gonna put our first one up that we wanted to talk about. Let me make sure that
Are we
I.
talking about Fani today? Did we say we were going to talk about Fani?
Yes, we are, but
Okay.
she's not. They're not. She's not gonna be our first. We're
All
gonna
right.
do our what is this? Somalia soda? Yeah,
Somalia soda.
we're gonna talk about Somalia soda. Hold
Somala
on.
soda.
So right, Somalia soda is so funny. Hold on, cause why is oh shucks? What happened to my screen share? Hold on, I think it reset it. Hold on. Okay, and a screen share overlay. And that may be why. Okay, now I gotta let me get it off real quick and fix it. So you can get to talking. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna oh I could fix it right there.
So, Somalia soda, if you don't know, they have
Okay, there we
tons
go.
of fraud going on with the Somalis. They just robbing us blind, y'all. They just robbing us blind. And I don't know how they came over here and they figured out how to scam the system better than anybody who living over here because they done stole so far about they said $1.5 billion. Is that what they said?
Mm-hmm.
Between housing fraud, the SNAP program, Feeding Our Future nonprofit, And that case, excuse me, they are prosecuting that case, and so far they have 78 defendants, and one of them fled to back to Somalia. And you also
Okay.
have an autism scam.
I
But
want you to tell me, I want you to watch. I'm gonna go ahead and play this little short clip from it and then tell me if you can hear it.
hmm I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything, Mo.
We got anybody in the chat? Can you tell me if you can hear the sound?
And you know what? And on this, okay, there we go.
Can if we got anybody in the chat, can you tell me can you hear the sound? Give me a second. I don't want to disconnect, so I'm gonna disconnect this from here. I want to make sure you guys can hear, and it's not just us. So give me a second. Okay, it's not connected. Let's just see.
Now look at me, I'm frozen on
If
that
we got
screen.
anybody in the chat, can you tell me can you hear the sound? Okay, let me press play. Let's just see. If we got anybody in the chat, can you tell me can you hear the sound? Okay, let me press play. Okay, so it's still. I felt like I heard it a little bit. Somebody, it probably is us. But however, let me get this. I felt
hmm
like I heard it, but I would love rather because of course it's playing in my ear over here too. So that is ain't doing no good. And it's on a delay for whatever reason too. But anyway, go ahead. So go ahead and talk about, and I'm gonna pull up.
So, yeah, like I said, there's a housing fraud, SNAP program, and autism program where they started opening up their own clinics, and it went from $2 million a year to over $300 million a year. And if you go to X, there is over 400 Minnesota state employees who, in September of 2024, sent a message to Kamala Harris on Twitter to warn her about her running mate because it seems as they said that he was allowing the fraud to continue because he was afraid of them calling him racist and saying that they were just being targeted because they are, a marginalized group or whatever term they're using for themselves now. And he,
Mhm.
that could have sunk their election. So he allowed that fraud to continue, and um, now they are being indicted and charged with a lot of fraud crimes. So that's one of the big reasons why
Are
Trump
you able
is,
to see what's on the screen?
yes,
Okay, okay, just
is
making sure.
is going into Minneapolis now, and they found out that more than half of the immigrants in Minneapolis have committed immigration fraud. So
Hmm.
they're going in there, and that's why ICE is going, and that's a target for ICE to go in and clean out that community. So
So what I
they
put
got to
this, of
go.
course. This, of course, is the press release. We pulled up the autism fraud as well as this is a housing stabilization fraud cases. It says 8 defendants have been federally charged with wire fraud for their roles in a massive housing stabilization fraud scheme, which is announced by the acting U.S. Attorney Joseph H. Thompson. He says, today we announced our first wave of charges in a massive fraud in Minnesota's housing stabilization program. Yeah, he said he wants to be clear that it's the scope of a crisis. And it seems like to me, you can tell me, Stack, but it seems like they are doing a wave of just constant fraud. And it's
Mhm.
by and for whatever reason, they don't want to show, they're not showing the actual images of the people. But what I'd like to do is show the names.
They're
If you
Somalian.
guys, yeah, as you can see, that you have, this is the case. And you see the names of each defendant here. It's very interesting to me as well is that they're young, that they're all
Mhm.
below the age of 30. But I'm not sure what is going on here in Minnesota. What you think is going on over here in this here in
Well,
Minnesota?
one of the accusations that is being made concerning the fraud is that, and this is not a secret of what they've been doing there in Somalia. I think I heard about this during Trump's first term, where they were saying that they send a lot of that money back to Somalia. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the issues with it, that's why they're getting a wire fraud, is that that money is ending up in the hands of the terrorist group Al Shabaab, and they are affiliated with Al Qaeda. So basically, they're using our tax dollars to fund terrorists.
And what I actually
And so,
found, what I found, because of course, we like to try to, I looked into that, and they're definitely saying that that is one of the things, but they haven't been able. They said they've been looking into it or whatever, but haven't been able to fully put a finger on it. But what they have been able to 100% put a finger on it. It says federal, and I'm going to show federal prosecutors have already proven that hundreds of millions were stolen, of course, and that they have been funneled to some actual politicians. Um,
mm,
what is documented, and this is they're saying that I can actually say this to be true, but we'll say allegedly. What's documented is they have the feeding our future case, the feeding our future, that case with the SNAP program. They donated to the mayor, Jacob
mm-hmm,
Fry. And remember, we
mm-hmm.
were talking about how interesting.
The Attorney General, Keith Ellison.
Yes, but he's
I did a story on that a few months ago where one of the defendants in that case had worn a wire and had gotten him on tape he was getting, I think he got like $10,000 from them for his campaign.
oh wow.
Yeah, I did a story on that a few months ago when that broke. Um, yeah, and I started following that Feeding Our Future thing, and that blew up into a whole lot of stuff. I didn't know that was gonna be as big as it was. Yeah, and one of them fled to back to Somalia, so I don't know if they have extradition from there. I can't hear you, Mo. Oh, okay, but I think that it's past their time to be in the country. They should be sent back. They're taking advantage of the generosity of Americans. Um, this is the thanks we get for bringing them into our country after they fled their country. Because I'm uh, on the side of our president when he said their country is terrible. And if they think that it is so great, then they should go back there and make their country great. If they got all these great ideas on how to go back home and make it great, but they robbing us to build it up, and they've stolen probably billions and billions of dollars. That country should be built up by now. But I'm gonna look into some other things too, because there's some stuff about Johan and her family. And what they did in Somalia is the reason why they had to flee. She wasn't a poor refugee girl. So, but we'll get into that next time. And we also have it's turning into Tim Waltz, like the New York Times, I believe, did an article on it, how bad this is for Tim Waltz. He's probably gonna go to jail. And then I was watching PBD uh, podcast earlier today while I was, writing. I was writing and listening to it, and they connected a dot that I had forgotten about, which was the uh, politician there, the lady who had gotten killed in her home with her husband. Remember, she didn't do that vote for allowing Medicaid or health insurance for the illegals there in Minnesota.
Yes.
And so then this happened. So I wondered if she knew about the fraud in the program, and that's why they got rid of her.
That's what I'm saying. And I apologize. Of course, I kept getting
You muffled.
I said I apologize. I kept getting back to back call. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's an interesting thing if you look at back when she did the vote, when she got, killed, and then you're talking about right after that, this whole massive fraud after fraud after fraud is coming out of Minnesota. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that the guy who said that shot them said that Tim Waltz had wanted him to kill Amy Klobuchar too, because he wanted her Senate seat.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Waltz.
Okay. So. Mm.
Yeah, he wanted her Senate seat, and because he had a
Child.
list of people, and the media made it seem as if it was because he was, as they thought, a Republican, and that he was under that it was a political thing, and it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
political. Like everything is not political just because somebody might vote differently or whatever. You have to look at all of the aspects of it. And you got to look at all this fraud going on and how powerful people are wrapped up in it, and including
Mm-hmm.
the governor and the mayor potentially. It's really
Mm-hmm.
bad when 450 of your state employees make a Twitter post and they
Mm.
actually put the money that they've stolen from each of these programs on there.
Oh my God.
So they were trying to sound the alarm on all of this fraud going through it. And I wouldn't be mad if President Trump, any state that has rampant fraud in any of the programs, I wouldn't be mad if he paused at least federal dollars going to any
So that's
of those
it.
states that can't get
Mm-hmm.
control over the fraud in their systems, because they
You
shouldn't be
see.
allowed to let fraud run rampant, waste our tax dollars, and then keep getting more. Because they
You.
said that it was akin to them. Uh, they were stealing from the cookie jar, and they just kept refilling the jar.
Do you see what is being documented here is that I said it gave to the mayor to what I don't know if I said it
Your sound is bad, Mo. I can't hear you.
uh, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
All right. That's because I had to go out and come back in. But it's yeah, it's showing that they did that particular fraudulent organization also donated to Omar,
Mm-hmm.
donated to state senator. Is it another Omar Fateh? So it sounds like another Somalian. He received eleven
Was that the one
thousand.
that ran for mayor? No.
That would be interesting. I don't know.
His last name was Fatah or Fateh or however you say his name.
Look,
But
their
yeah.
attorney general Keith Ellison.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really interesting. And again, it makes sense for the actual mayor because when I watched him and I was just even watching him trying to talk and keep saying how much he's defending the Somali community, and then he even tried to speak in the language in Arabic. I'm assuming it was. I've never seen any mess like that in my life. Like, not saying, of course, we know we have a lot of Hispanic, Spanish speaking people here, but generally, even when someone is speaking, they speak in English. And then if
Mhm.
they need somebody to translate or to speak to, they will. But I have never seen that, which made it seem really, really weird to me that something, there has to be some kind of additional connection because it's just too much going on with them. They to me seem too cocky. I've even heard about how when you go in the stores there, if you're there, so the big community where they own a lot of the businesses, and how they are very rude to Black Americans, and as if
Mhm.
like they are actually elevated above the actual citizens that were born here and that are Black Americans. So
Mhm.
I'm not sure to be
I
that
should have.
comfortable.
I
Go
should have
ahead.
found that video because there's a video compilation of all of them on, I guess on social medias and stuff, and saying that they're not black. We're not black. I'm not black. We're Somalis. We're Somalians.
Mm,
So yeah, that itself suggests that they think that it's better to be Somalian than it is to be a Black American. So they don't want anything to do with Black Americans. So, but yeah, I think that
mm,
it's bigger. And I would pose this question to people: if they commit all of this fraud in Minnesota, Minneapolis, in the Somalian community, is it far fetched that they would be committing voter fraud?
exactly.
Because it
Ex-
is Project Veritas that did a video on Ilhan Omar's district, and it showed how they commit voter fraud there.
Oh, we
Nobody
get
just
it.
did
Hold on.
anything about it. That was after the 2020 election. So, I mean, I don't put nothing past them now.
Oh,
And if Waltz and
grind. Hold on.
Fry and the Attorney General are involved, of course the Congresswoman is involved.
Hmm.
And she's very cocky. I don't understand. She's very cocky,
Yeah.
unbothered. Hmm.
Well, we have. Oh, we got. Is it Grime? I don't know who it is, but let's add it to the broadcast. Somebody look. So I'm yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. It was. I'm gonna share this one. She said. She
Hey,
said
hey,
they've all
girl.
they've always said they aren't black.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but it's on a video now for so
Yeah.
people could see it, and
I
it's
actually was
different when you
trying
tell
to.
people than you watch them do it. They are so yeah, the big thing is that feeding our future, I think that when it could, they don't really even know how much they stole with that
Hmm.
scam, but the last total that they had was about 300 million. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever government program there was that got money, they took advantage of it. And I think that anybody should be
Hey, oh,
sent
that's
out of the
Romans.
country.
Hey, Romans.
Hey,
Hey,
niece.
niece. Right. Look, you had to. Well, we know. Um, you missed it today. I'm trying to find. I actually found. Let me just hear. Let's. Oh, it was go. Well, your president today. I have to. I need to find it. I really wish I could find it. They said your
Oh, the
president
clip of what he
today.
was saying.
Yeah, he said.
They
He
just
said
bitching.
he he don't want. Did he?
Yeah, he said all they do is bitch and complain. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me play because
He
you know
said
he
I don't
makes
want them
me.
in our country, and that might not be politically
Oh
correct.
shoot,
He
that's right.
said,
It ain't
but
been
I don't
hearing.
want them here. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you said you couldn't hear though, but now Romans is here. Maybe she can tell us if she can hear the video playing, or is it still something else I'm gonna have to do? Let me turn this off so I can
Can you
see.
play it just the sound until we can figure out the videos?
I'm playing the sound. You can hear
No,
it?
I'm talking about from from your phone or
Uh,
something. No,
what'd you say? Oh, from my
like from your
yeah,
phone or something. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be able to hear it good because I got these headphones on. That's the problem. Let me see. Let's Let's figure out how to make
You
this
have a
sound
Bluetooth?
good.
No. Let me see. I got a Bluetooth right here.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, you can you hear
I don't even know
let me
which
see.
device is on this Bluetooth right now. Let me see.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one not on. That one is off, so it's this one. Mm,
Oh, this could be it. Hold on. There we go. Wait, let's try this. Let's try this. Hold on.
okay. We new to this. We gonna be true to it. Okay.
Can you hear it?
No. Well, it's
Dang.
paused right now. It seemed like.
Right, well, you didn't hear it a few seconds ago. Go ahead. Well, I'm gonna keep it playing.
No. No. No.
No.
No.
Oh God, nigga, I'm sitting here playing this thinking we really was doing something.
I said no from the beginning. Like you can't hear me when you playing it when you got the video up. Is that
Because it is just
okay?
playing in my ear too. I
Okay.
got one more thing though. I just because he really tickles me pink. He
Oh, look at how
really
you got our names up there. I just noticed it.
yes. Now what it is missing is the other. Oh, I know because I took it off. Hold on.
Hmm.
This one is supposed to be on here too. There it goes. I got it. I'm gonna figure it out. Who is that? Are you sharing on your computer? Oh, thanks for trying to help me. Yes, I am. I think what I have to do, which we can keep on talking. Let's go to the next door. You wanted to do Fonny. I'll keep working in the
Yes.
background.
So Fonnie Willis, for those of you who did not know, is the disgraced district attorney out of Fulton County, Georgia, who brought the
You said
RICO case
disgrace.
against Trump and his, because she is a disgrace at this point, who brought the fake case against Trump and 19 defendants out of Fulton County, Georgia. Well, she was removed from the case, if you will remember, uh, her and her lover.
Oh God.
Um, for the appearance of doing something wrong.
Hmm.
Um, so what happened was, since she was dismissed, her whole office was dismissed from the case. They had to find another prosecutor who would take up the case, otherwise it would be dismissed. Well, they couldn't find anybody that wanted to touch it, just like
Hmm.
nobody wanted to touch it when she brought it. So I forget what his title is, but he's kind of over all of the attorneys in the state of Georgia.
Hmm.
So he had to find a another prosecutor to take the case. So Fonnie was supposed to turn over all of her, information to him so that he could make a determination on what he was going to do with the case. So he, counted his chickens before they hatched because Fonnie was not turning over the documents. And he had said, since he couldn't find another prosecutor, because they kept getting a different deadline. So the court set a deadline for them to find another prosecutor, otherwise the case would be dismissed. Fonnie still wouldn't turn over
Hmm.
her files from the case, so he couldn't make a determination without seeing the files. Finally, she turns over the files after he comes out and says, nobody else wants to take this case. I'm going to take up this case. And I'm like, that's brave because there is no case, right? But he found that out too because when Fanny finally turned over those files, less than a week, he came back and said, you know what? I don't think we're gonna be able to do this. Okay. So we have the letter that he had put out, a statement when he said that he would be taking up the case. And then a week later, we have the letter that he published, or the motion that he filed with the court to dismiss the case. And it's a 20-page uh, motion with exhibits.
Mm.
Well, an exhibit. So basically, what he said was it wasn't no case, right? When he looked through
Right.
her files finally, he basically said she didn't have a case, and that the burden of proof would be so high, astronomical to reach. She didn't
So
have
she,
a case.
so
And
she
I told
basically
people from the
wasted
very
all their money.
beginning, yes. And this is the other part of it. Georgia just passed a law that if a prosecutor is removed from a case for misconduct or something like that, I can't think of the exact word,
Mm.
then she has to pay any attorney. If you sue for your attorney's fees, it got to come out
Mm.
of Fannie's budget. And if it comes
I'm
out of
sorry,
her
that's funny.
budget, then the state of Georgia is coming after her for their money back. So if Trump decides to sue her and all of the 19 defendants, remember that 19 of them, they're saying that that's going to take half of Fonny's budget, and then the state of Georgia going to be coming for her to recoup that money back.
Hey, Jabo. Jabo here.
So hey,
Oh
Jabo.
no.
So that is what is going on with Fonny. If you'd like to, we could go over uh,
Did-
the letter that he kind of wrote. We ain't got to go through the whole thing, but what he basically said about the case. And I used to tell anybody when that indictment first came out, and I went and pulled it.
mm.
If you know anything about law, when you read that indictment, you will understand that nothing that she put in that indictment was a crime. And she didn't structure that indictment correctly, really, because when they put out pretty much what they think that you did, basically, right? This is how I
Mm.
think it went down, right?
Mm.
And since this is how I think it went down, when the defendant did this action, they took this action, it was in violation of this statute. Okay? So that's why this is in a this they broke the law, they broke this statute with this action, right? None of that was
Mm.
there. None of that was there. She accused the president of things that are well within his duty and right and normal for the president to do. She labeled them crimes.
Right, but that's because they were all in that space of where they were trying to. Everybody was trying to catch the president. I mean, like,
Hmm.
and it's crazy because right now it's no. Everybody was talking about it when it was all these cases and all this. Oh, he this and oh, he did this. Oh, and then as each case got dismissed or thrown out or proven that they were weaponizing the justice system to go after their political opponent, now
Hmm.
it's just silence.
Yep. No,
And
we haven't heard from Fonnie since they caught her with Nathan Wade.
and then
We
she
have not
popped up in
heard
court
anything
looking
like,
acting
unless you
like
go
a
look
ghetto.
for, you have to go look for the information on what's going on with Fonnie. Before that, when she brought that indictment, she was all up in our face. The media couldn't stop talking about her. She was everywhere.
Hmm. Yeah, the selective, to me, selective outrage, selective um sweetness. We don't have a gifting on here. You only have an option of we have it scrolled. I don't know if you can see across the bottom. Uh, we have our cash apps there. We are setting up there. You have to be on here for so long to do certain things. We appreciate whatever though you can give. Look, she's trying to figure that out. Oh, that was Graham. So that's why we have our cash apps here. They don't have gifts on YouTube, but that's because of course the ways that you can do things are better, better,
Hmm.
and the more it grows, the more the channel grows and the show grows. Then we don't necessarily, which I know people do receive, like donations and stuff, which is why they have it on there.
I think
But
it's super chats. They do super chats
you're right,
now.
it's super chats, but it's kind of the same thing with TikTok. So people want to give it, but then YT YouTube. Oh, I'm talking like I'm on TikTok, y'all. See that? YouTube,
Right. We gonna get
YouTube
some used. We got to get used to it. The freedom
takes
over here.
takes a piece of it. How about we go into our next segment, which I think I know you're going to be happy to go to, and that is entertainment time. Look, I got a thing too. I found how to do make some noise on here too. Let's see how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Let's see if I can figure it out.
Cause I stumbled up on this tea.
Did y'all hear
Hey,
that?
I didn't even think I was. Yeah, that was cute. I didn't even think that I was gonna be interested in this tea, or that it came to me because I don't watch the Housewives and all that stuff. I don't watch
Mm-hmm.
that stuff.
Oh,
I did,
hold on.
years
I
ago.
gotta.
I did, but I don't anymore. For years, I haven't watched it. But I do
This is who
remember
it's.
the Candy and Todd
We
drama
gonna.
and the prenup drama. I remember I was watching the show during that time. And that was
So,
11 years ago because they said they've been married 11 years. Well, Kandi has filed for divorce after 11 years of marriage from Todd. I don't even know what his last name is. Todd
uh,
Burruss. We'll just call him that.
God dang, poor Todd.
Tucker.
Tucker.
Tucker. That's
That's
his
it.
name.
Candy Burruss Tucker. That's her name. I was about to say,
Yeah,
I
Tucker.
don't want to do it at the
Okay.
Todd now. I don't
I
want
couldn't remember his name. Look, let me
I
tell you.
know.
I've been watching the stuff back there, and he looked like he looking a little snaky. I was trying to be on the side, but he looking a little snaky. You know, going back and seeing the way that he was moving about that prenup and stuff, he looking a little snaky now. And the things that he's doing now, he is filing for full custody of the children.
What they said. Well, but say what
Mm,
you see
he
him
want
with the
that child
kids.
support since he ain't getting that
Yeah,
alimony.
yeah. Cause he didn't, that she had her a good prenup, which was smart.
And she said it too. I thought it was so cute the way she said, I don't understand what problem his lawyer got with it except it's good.
Oh, I
She
didn't
said
see her
it's
say.
good. Yeah, she said, I don't know what problems they having with the prenup that he trying to get through. She said, except it's good. And it is. And she said she gonna be enforcing that prenup. From what I saw older
Mm,
clips, some things that I might have missed then, but now which is making him look snaky. The fact that he was
hmm.
trying to, I think that he thought that Candy was a little desperate, and so he
Ah,
thought that
yeah,
he
I truly
could have
feel
that
that.
tantrum into not signing that prenup. But she is like, we ain't getting married without that prenup, right? So the night before the wedding, Todd had come to Candy, and she was like, "What are you doing here?" Because it's the night before the wedding. He ain't supposed to be here.
Hmm.
Can we
Hmm.
just, talk about this? We get married tomorrow. If you'll just change these couple of
I saw that
things.
today.
And she said, if I change these things, we gonna be good. We can move forward. He wanted to change the 30 days that he had to get out stipulation. And I forget what the other one was, but he said that he was good. Candy, they had her on camera where she said, I want him on camera meeting with the lawyer and answering the questions from her. Because she knew this was gonna come back up. And they got him on camera on the show, that lawyer coming in there asking him, are you signing this under duress or pressure from girlfriend, friend, family members? No. Are there any things that you want to change in here? No. You understand that if the marriage dissolves, you get nothing. You know, I understand
Hmm.
that. All of the questions. Do you have any questions? No. So it's gonna be hard because now he's trying to say he was under pressure and duress to
And I
sign.
asked. Hmm. And I saw that on today on the video or the replay. And I couldn't remember because I stayed. I love my Ratchet TV. I told you so. I stayed watching, and I remember the whole. Cause that was their whole little special that they had, and I remember the whole conversation
Mm-hmm.
about it. I remember it looking like, oh, wait a minute, but I did not hear that part when I didn't see that part when. Right, it was a look what Lisa did put on there. You see it on the screen.
What to say?
It was a scheme that Todd set up to.
Oh yeah, we were saying that the other. It was a
Yeah,
scheme that Ty came up with
yeah, yeah. Word
to
on the
bring
street.
you the bullshit.
Exactly, Lord, that is so funny.
Yes.
but you
Mama
know,
Joyce was right.
yeah, everybody was talking. Don't you let your mama ruin your relationship and this and that. You know,
Her mama was right.
that's something that, I feel like we don't talk about enough is how in a woman's, and no offense, Candy, I'm just gonna be honest. I get it. I get it. You met him as the apprentice to the producer, and you felt
Mhm.
like he had potential. Like they done told y'all
Mhm.
Barack Obama had, which is how Michelle got with him because he was. This is gonna sound mean, but this is really my truth and how I feel. Ladies, we have to stop choosing men and allowing men to come into our life and become our mates who are not on your level. Period. And that's on your level on all levels. All levels, not just mentally, emotionally, they need to be on your level financially. Because even if you don't care, they care. And there's no way in the world a man is going to continue to feel like a man if he is not at least close to equivalent to you financially. Period. There is no way. What
Mhm.
I mean, what I
Well,
just don't see it. I don't see it. If
I'm
it's
gonna
me,
say
but
this.
yeah, give your
I
opinions.
think that she is. If I don't know her, but I think that she is of the mind that she have what she need. Like she didn't need nothing from a man. What she needed somebody who was really gonna love her, be there, probably even just help her out, help her grow even more, which is what they did during their relationship. But
Hmm.
I just think that that's it. It depends on what that person is because like look at Monique and her husband, right? She go out, she do her concerts and do her stuff, and her husband is more like a manager, but
Hmm.
kind of in the background, helping her
Yeah.
to keeping with whatever. And I don't think that he earning. I don't know what he do,
Well,
but
he get 20% of what she get because
well,
he is
yeah.
the actual
So
official manager. I think, like I
yeah.
said, see, and the thing is, what I
And
said, it
they seem
wasn't,
like they have a great relationship,
but
and
it
the fact that she earns more doesn't seem to change the dynamic of
right.
their relationship. A
Because of
lot
that,
of
but that's
women
my thing.
can't
It
do
was
that.
it was it's not what she needed, it's what he needed. And that's my thing. Like what we're saying, she may have felt like okay, what he had was enough, but we know that wasn't because he wouldn't have been the apprentice to the Carlos King had he not had dreams and aspirations to be in that
Mhm.
industry and to make money.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
she just thought, like a lot of times we do, well, I got these connections, I got what I have. He appears to love me. He
Mhm.
obviously is a worker because I met him working. I can come and help him have what he wants. And a lot of times, for what people will take from you, that is also the thing that they envy about you. And that is why, if you saw many a times, he wasn't seeming like he was that into her physically,
Mhm.
period. He never
Mhm.
was like complimentary of her a lot, like any of the things
Mhm.
that you would think somebody who was in that position um would be. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that part she wasn't seeing because you're right, she didn't need him.
Right. So he just wasn't the one for her because she doesn't need somebody who has what she has. She needs somebody that's going to be true to her. He
Yep.
wasn't. Because like I said,
Yep.
like with Monique and her husband, the fact that she makes more money than he does, it doesn't change the dynamic of their relationship that he's still the king. He's still the man in the
Hmm.
house. That when she's home, he's the head
But
of the home,
but remember, we
and
talked
when
about that.
she's out there, she do that. So,
Remember we talked about, I said, but I watch Candy enough, and I'm just gonna be honest. She reminds me a lot of me. Candy would never be talking to her husband the way Monique talks to hers. And no matter if
mhm.
Monique makes the money the way she makes, she okay, no, wait, daddy. Oh, okay, daddy, go ahead, daddy. Go.
Right.
She is different. And so yeah,
Mhm.
that's why it works because she has decided to take that in a sense more of a submissive role in the relationship, even though she knows financially she actually is the one that makes the most money.
Yeah.
They probably ain't had that conversation. And then Candy was raised
No,
by my
because you remember on the
Mama
video,
Joyce.
I don't know if you saw the video where he was talking about women catering to men. And he was telling her about how he had this girlfriend before her that would cater to him and made him feel like a billionaire. She would
Hmm,
the things that he said that she would do. He said that that was catering to and making, I guess, making
me
himself
either.
feel good. But the question that they had, and I would have then, if she was so great, why wasn't you still with her? So I mean, but that's what
Because
he wanted from Candy. He wanted Candy to treat him like the breadwinner, and he
mhm,
wasn't. But I won't even say that because she said that all of the things that they produced, those plays, and they split that 50-50. So
yeah.
he had money.
He
He had
contributed and
money.
worked, yeah. But he ain't have as much as her, and he didn't have
No,
long
but he
stacked up.
wouldn't have
Look,
as much because he
we
don't
gonna
have a career that
we
she
gonna
had.
talk. I'm finna be sarcastic. We gonna talk like the people. Candy had a head start. She had 20 years head start on him.
Right, what
So
I'm
it
saying, they don't
ain't
have
no
the
way.
same career.
I'm talking like the
So
Democrats.
she
I'm
can't.
talking like the Democrats talk on how, yeah, the black people ain't gonna never be happy with their life because the white people had a 300-year head start on them, and so that's how Todd
She just
felt.
said alimony for what? She said, I thought he was booked and busy.
He said that.
Uh, Sweetness.
Oh, you know who that is? That's Lisa.
Oh, okay, Lisa. And then Roman's talking about he broke.
Yeah. See, right. They all, well, we know. I think I had an ex one time who did the same thing to me, talking about some, if he put me and her next to get each other, he literally said this too. If he put me and her next to each other, people and had guys come in, they'd choose her all the time. And I said, she's a bum. So they obviously like bums, just like you. Like, I know you didn't think you were making me feel intimidated. You chose a bum. You poured into a bum to try to make her not a bum, and she's still a bum. And now your bum ass over here
Hmm.
trying to make me feel not confident about myself just because I ain't letting you run over me. But
Hmm.
again, that's why I said I understand Kenzie. I do. I definitely don't ever like to wish that a relationship would end, but
I just don't think that he just probably
watching
wasn't her
it,
person. And
yeah.
he came in. I think now looking back on, looking back at over everything, I think that he really
Hmm.
was what they said he was. He was looking for a come up. He was, looking for a better position because it seemed like he was real trying to be real booked when they first got married. Remember, he wanted to get all these restaurants going and
Hmm.
he wanted to do these plays and he was producing this and it seemed like he was doing stuff all the time.
Hmm.
So maybe he was trying to get his bag up to match hers or get to where she was. But I don't think that she looked at it from that standpoint. Like, she didn't need
Hmm.
him to be that. She liked him. She fell in love with him. So that didn't bother her that he didn't. But she did stuff with him that helped him to make money. The thing is that she wasn't the kind of woman that he wants. And he's a player. So
Freya. I don't know if he gonna be able to get alimony. Freya, y'all
no,
think
because of that prenup, he gets nothing. He gets nothing, darling. That's why he's trying to get them kids.
so he can get that child support? Todd
Yeah, that's
say,
all the money he gonna
Todd
get. But
say all is fair.
Candy said that she is willing to do joint custody with him. That's about as good as it's gonna get. That's
Mm.
as good as it's gonna get right there.
Can't you
Joint
say
custody. Ain't no court
all
gonna
is
take
fair?
them kids from her. And she, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got a house. Where you gonna put them
Mm.
kids? He ain't gonna have nothing but whatever he got in the
What you
bank.
gonna do with them kids? F
What you gonna
them
do with them
kids. No,
kids?
I'm just
And
playing. What you
she has
say?
a support system that he don't have either for those children. She got her mom,
True,
her aunt. She got a big support system
true,
to help with
true.
those children. She don't have to be home. Them babies can be there with Mama Joyce and Aunt Bertha.
He gonna get child. He want child support and alimony. I ain't never seen. I mean, well,
Yeah,
I
and he's
have
not
when.
getting. She enforcing that prenup, and she was I guess more smart to do it because.
Well, and that man know that. He know that doggone girl is smart. He knew it
Hmm.
before. Well, all right. Look,
I
we
don't
didn't
even
be
think that she did it for herself. I think that she did it to protect what she has for her
in her
daughter
family.
and her
Yeah.
family. Yeah. Because
That's three
if she didn't
kids.
have him, maybe he could have got through there. But because she takes care of them, she's not gonna let
Mm-hmm.
somebody come through and swindle her like that. That's crazy. But
She
yeah, if
takes
you look
care.
back at that old stuff, you could tell he was shady. Good,
Well, we
good,
didn't
good girl, Candy. Good girl, good girl. You
look at
know.
you. Well, yeah, Candy, you did good. I don't know what to tell you. I ain't gonna tell you because I'm 55 and I ain't gave up yet, so I ain't gonna tell you to give up, child. Now you do got one, two, three kids, well, at least one of them grown, so you really got two. Um, I'll say take some time to
A man ain't gonna
yourself.
care how many kids you got.
Oh, but no, 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 no. Matter of fact, while I'm talking about that, I'm gonna just pull it up real quick because I got to give you the latest on what they saying, what the streets is saying. They ain't just talking about Todd and
Okay, Mama Joyce. The streets is
hmm
talking.
I'm gonna just bring up the picture. Um, where's that? There we go. Let's see, cause it's a whole. It's a they saying that they got a girlfriend. That's what
Who
they
got a
saying. That
girlfriend?
Candy and Todd. They
Look at
saying I
skinny
got to try
dandy.
to. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna pull up the picture. It ain't going. It ain't.
I heard that. Now I'm thinking about it. I heard that they saying that now that the girl gonna be there with Candy or whatever.
Yeah, let me put it up there. I might as well.
Yeah, Portia got a girlfriend too. She dating a woman.
Girl, if they don't quit playing with me, if I am desperate, had a face in the dictionary, it'll have Portia. Portia just wants to be that, and that girl is supposedly, got some money or whatever too. Portia just wants some money. But I'm just showing. So this is the girl here, and if you see they together, you see this little picture.
So she's a high class hooker.
They all together, and that's supposedly, allegedly, that's they live in boo. And
Hmm.
now y'all know. Well, hold on. Now, and y'all know now that that it has been said many a times, because remember that was the argument or the thing they was talking about when Portia was trying to say, yeah, the freak something they had in the basement. Portia tried to say that Candy tried to get at her. So it's always been said, and Candy has said, she a little wild, that she,
Hmm.
she'll do women or whatever too. So
Hmm.
that's what they exactly.
Well, that's not a
Uh,
surprise because Candy said that they've done threesomes and stuff. So
hmm
that's not a surprise. Candy is very open about
Yeah,
all of her
her,
proclivities in the bedroom.
her,
Cause
her,
remember she had that little podcast, Bedroom Candy. Was that the
hmm
name of it?
Well, the bedroom
Yeah, that was
candy
wild
was
over there.
she got a sex toy line, so that was her sex toy line. Bedroom
Yeah,
candy
but that came from the podcast that she had.
was the
The
podcast called
podcast was
Bedroom.
called Bedroom Candy, and they used to sit around and talk about these kind of things. And then she had the
You see,
toy
you see what Roman said.
thing.
The girlfriend gonna stay with Candy, where the money at. That's right. She staying where the money resides. Ain't that what they? Ain't that what they say?
Hey, Chaos is here. Hey, Chaos.
Hey. So look, we're gonna go ahead and go to we can bring, and maybe the people in the chat, you definitely can, but it's our next topic or subject area we go to is trending topics. Oh, shucks. So you guys, if you got anything that you have heard about, thought about outside of Todd and Candy that is going on in these here these streets, and that is in the streets of the word that you want us to pull up. We've already, if you missed, we did talk about what's going on in Minnesota. Trending topic,
Samala
we know.
Soda.
Yeah, Somali soda. We talked about, that was in our law segment. We talked about funny. You know what? I think it's gonna fit because we didn't do pop, so we can kind of fit this in here now. I want to talk about that where everybody's talking about that Venezuela the boat. What is your
Okay, yeah.
thoughts? What is your thoughts on that? Everybody
Blow up
uh
anything coming our way. We
all
warned them with
right.
the first blow up. They said that he done blew up 21 boats. They keep sending them out there like Donkey Kong, keep smashing them. They dumb enough to keep sending boats out knowing what's going to happen. Hey, it is what it is.
And but everybody, not everybody, I'm gonna just say the people who don't think who don't think like us is keep saying you supposed to give the
Sweetness, I
people.
know you hold on, I'm sorry. I know she a housewife. She talking about I don't have to sweeten my delivery to make it work for Todd. I mean, who is Todd? What that DD that said that?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
You know
They
she be
is
watching that. Okay, I'm sorry. That
no,
was
that's
funny.
okay. Hey young
Hmm.
thing, what's going on? Let's see.
I don't see Young King.
Yeah, so their whole logic on it right now. Let's pull up. I'll go. I forgot I had this here too. Is let's pull up the latest article on it. Latest article on it. Hold on, because it be is that hold on. Because everybody is trying to say that that Hegseth gave the second order, which we know is not true. Well, I looked up and he said, and he clear as day said that that is not what he did. And
Hmm.
the general, hold on, Venezuela. I can spell Venezuela. Hold on.
You know that the common sense of it is that he is the Secretary of War, right? Once orders go down the
Mm-hmm.
chain of command, it is up to those in the field to
Mm-hmm.
decide how to execute in
Exactly.
accordance with what they know to be. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Mm-hmm.
Secretary of War is not on the battlefield making every decision. That's why you have a whole chain of command and people leading soldiers out in the field. The Pete Hegseth is not making every decision in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
His word is probably anything that come out of that island in that water, sink it. That's the extent of the order. And
Yeah.
then those out there in the water dealing with it, they decide how to execute.
Well, I like to go to ground news because as you see, they generally have where you can have what they're saying. And I like to do because this is very interesting on how they do that. So you
Hmm.
see, it says, so this is, if we go to the left, so this is the more left leaning media, you'll see it says, the United States struck a boat off the coast of Venezuela, killing six, I was about to act like I can't say killing six individuals
Hmm.
suspected of drug trafficking, as announced by President Donald Trump on social media. So that's how, of course, left leaning articles. What does CNN says? Trump warned. Oh, that's not it. I'm talking about that. How it's articles. U.S. strike. These are leaning right. U.S. strikes drug carrying submarine as Donald Trump rages war on narco
You see
terrorists.
how they put them in quotations like
Hmm.
narco terrorists, like they really don't believe it.
Well, that was a right leaning said narco
Hmm.
terrorist ship off the coast of it, killing six aboard. But then the U.S. military, now they say struck a boat. Now center just kind of gives it all. Officials say strikes respond now. 27 that saying now 27 people have been killed. How we know that? I mean, I guess was they originally seeing how many people was on the boat?
And it says that it's remember they were saying we didn't know what was on the boat. It said and confirming the vessel trafficked narcotics.
Hmm.
So why they acting like they don't know what was in that boat?
It was fish. That's what they said. Fish and fishing rods. Them people were just out in the middle of nowhere. Wasn't no land nowhere, nowhere there in sight. Fishing.
I'm
Like,
gonna say
and
this: that if a missile strike at that little boat, it shouldn't have been anybody that survived anyway.
hmm,
How was they clinging on to a boat that just got struck by a
for life.
missile?
They was doing like the Titanic. I'm sorry, y'all.
Right. How does that happen? If they what kind of missiles we got that it can't take out a little fisherman boat?
I'm just saying. You just saying, and we just saying that they
Hmm.
think
That don't even
that
sound right.
it makes absolutely no sense. They want to just have something to complain about, have some additional reason to be dumb and play. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm gonna say play dumb, be
That just
dumb.
show you that they don't think about the information that's coming in. They just
Hmm.
regurgitate it back out because that's what I'm gonna think. If it's hit with a missile, because what they saying is it was hit, they survived and was clinging on to the sides of the ship, and then they got hit again, and that's what did them in. If we hitting missiles out there,
Hmm.
right, and we can't take out a fishing boat with 6 people in it, 6, 7 people in it, then we need to go back to the drawing board on our weapons. Because if it can't take out a fishing boat, it ain't taking out nothing.
Look at this. I want to show you this. I don't know if you saw this.
You think you're gonna survive a missile?
Did you see that? You see that?
GOP Center introduces bill to end dual.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday, Senator Bernie Moreno
Moreno. Who's
introduced
that?
I don't know. Let's see. He introduced the Exclusive Citizenship Act of 2025 to end dual citizenship by forcing a choice or forfeiture. Moreno renounced, so he's a Colombian. He renounced
Mm-hmm.
his Colombian citizenship when he became a U.S. citizen. Now, did your girl Ilda Omar? I wonder did she do it? Well, we know she ain't do that.
Mm-mm.
Possibly.
I got a
Do we
point right
know?
there, right? So,
Hmm.
according to, because we done did such extensive reading of the 14th Amendment, right? And subject to the jurisdiction thereof, meaning no owing no allegiance to any other country.
Hmm.
So you can't be both. You can't have dual citizenship in this country if you're gonna go by that. If the fact that makes you a U.S. citizen is that you
And
are
that
born
makes your
or
baby that's
naturalized
born.
here,
Yeah.
born or naturalized here, and you have no allegiance to any foreign government, any foreign
Hmm.
country.
Hey, Mary. And that's what I'm saying. And for it to make your
So
child born here.
constitutionally,
Hmm.
there should be no dual citizenship.
Or if it happens to be, you can't expect because you have a baby over here for it to be a United States citizen.
Mm-mm. Nope. Shouldn't either. One of y'all got to be an American. I'm sorry.
There you go. So interesting. So that's left. Let's see how the left
Two negatives don't make a positive. Sorry.
let's see how the left frames this. Okay. It says if the act look, if the act passes, existing dual citizens, including the first lady, y'all, Melania Trump and her son Barron, would have 1 year to comply with the law or automatically lose their U.S. citizenship. Now, I would love to read. I want to see if we can find and read the full thing. Now, what first? Let me see how to write this framing it first. If passed, would be deemed have to relinquish their U.S. citizenship and treated as aliens under immigration law. Look what he said, though. He emphasized that being an
See?
American citizen requires exclusive allegiance to the U.S., citing concerns over divided loyalties. Well, Ilhan, wow, how you say her name?
She would be the case study.
Yes. Well, she said she don't care. She'll leave here. Y'all senator, House representative, whatever she is, who y'all voted in, said who is here in this country as an immigrant, said she got other places she could go and she really don't care.
Right,
So
she grown now. She can go wherever she want to go. She don't got to be
yes,
here.
and y'all voted it in.
That's
So
the
it's
thanks that she given us for allowing her to come in from her war torn country. That's the thanks that
mm-hmm,
she given her ass to kiss, and then had the nerve to sit up there and say that the president of Somalia is her president.
it's her president. Called him.
She should be removed from Congress immediately as a
She
national
said,
security threat.
yep. She said, I watched that. She said she called president. She called herself speaking in Arabic, but our president, and then she said, Minnesota here, this is your home. She said that she told them that's her home. All the Minnesota people are on TikTok talking about about the real estate fraud. Yankee said. Yeah. I mean, we went through
Hmm.
Yankee. I know you just coming in. We went through them, and they all young folks basically. They have actually been doing fraud in every area that you could do fraud in.
It's
And,
going they gonna probably find some more because when they started that feeding our futures uh case, the very
mm-hmm,
first case it was three defendants. And then after they got that conviction, then
mm-hmm,
more indictments started going out, and now they up to 78 defendants. So though this is starting out as they getting just the couple, it's gonna grow because they committing all kind of fraud
mm-hmm.
in Minnesota, all kind of fraud. There's a whole lot of them up in there. Yeah, they need to look into the Department of Education funds. Any government funding that come through Minnesota, they need to be looking at it.
Yep. And
Any
then
program.
they need to be looking at anybody who ain't had a problem with these mugs either.
Hmm.
It's got to be something. It's just it's weird.
Hmm.
It's
Y'all
weird.
don't forget
Okay.
to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you will know when we're live. Because
Yes.
it might come a day where we have some real breaking news and we got to come on.
Right. We got to come over here and share with y'all. So look, Mary did say she got the notification, so that's good that we was
Hey,
here.
Mary.
And now if you guys, if this is your first time watching, first of all, again, welcome. But we have some different little segments. I may do mine today, I'm not sure. But we have our next now. All of y'all that know us from TikTok, y'all know my sister Stag just can't. She can't with these doggone people and the things that they do, the things that they say. They just make her head hurt, throat hurt, nerves hurt. So we created a segment called Stag's I Just Can't Moment. So today
Hmm.
Stag is going to be talking about, she gonna let y'all know. So once she say what it is, when she just can't, who done got on her nerve over the past week, uh we gonna she'll talk to them and I'll probably bring up another little image of who they is, but I need y'all. Stag, go ahead and let them know what you just
The
can't with.
I just can't with the seditious six. And leftists who cannot simply admit that what they did was wrong because it is coming from their side of the aisle. We hear all the time how violent the right is, how the right wing extremists are the biggest terrorist threats in this country. But I don't see anybody from the right outside tearing down buildings, blocking traffic, um, trying to subvert our government every chance that they get. In our military, we have a chain of command for a reason. And none of those six people are in that chain of command.
Hmm.
Not one of them are in that chain of command. So they have no business directing anything to our military without clearing it first with our Secretary of War, who is over our military, the president of the United States, the Joint Chiefs. They should have ran it by them, and then maybe they could have did something with that, whatever their request was for it. And I just don't get it. One thing that you do not mess with in this country is our military. They are supposed to be apolitical because they serve next to people who have different ideologies, come from different cultures, and vote differently, come from different backgrounds. But when they in that in arms together, they brothers, they sisters, and they're just trying to make it out together. Okay? I don't know how many of you may have somebody who served, but you should know the anguish that they feel when they're out of the military, and if there's something that happens, how badly they want to be back there to serve with their brothers. They don't care what their political affiliation is. So I think that it's very irresponsible for these congressmen to try to use our military as political pawns in their game, endangering the safety and security of them and the nation and those within, all because they can't stand the president and their team lost. So I'm going to request respectfully that they be made an example of so that people know that this is unacceptable and will not be tolerated in our country. The subversion of our president, the subversion of our laws and our order, the politicization of our military, all for selfish gain. Democrats don't care about anybody but themselves. Democrat Party, domestic terrorist 2025. That's it. I know it ain't as ramped up as I usually get, but can't hear you, Mo. Can't hear you, Mo.
I no, I muted me. I said, well, all right. I said, y'all see, the stag just came with this doggone sedition six.
I can't.
She
I
said
want to
that
make
they
examples of
and your example is lock them up.
the harshest punishment that comes with what they did. They committed treason.
Hmm. And
That was
and
seditious behavior, and it was treason because they undermined the authority of the President of the United States.
yep,
You don't
yep,
get to do that. They know better.
yep. We said that too, like that. Like it's so many spaces of what could go wrong with them only making a decision to do something based on them not liking the president. And the fact that they don't think like that, and they are the people that are up on Capitol Hill making decisions for us, it's just sad to me. Sad for us,
Hmm.
sad for everybody, because I would never, me just as my regular self, I would know not to ever do that. I would never sit there and just put business and put stuff out in the world for everybody to hear. That's like just
Hmm.
absolutely asinine. It's stupid.
Yeah,
And
they're irresponsible. They really are. Really, they're enemies of the country, and they should
yeah,
be treated as such. These are
yep.
people who should know better and should know more about national security, classified things, and they just go on TV like Mo said and just spill whatever beans that they got in their bag for anybody to hear. They are traitors to the country.
And then want to be a victim because the
Hmm.
president then said what he said about him. Like, y'all know he ain't gonna bite his tongue. That's why I like him. Because he be
Hmm.
saying, because when he didn't call, now he
He
calls
shoots
people
straight.
retards. He's a
Hmm.
straight shooter. Well, all
Did you
right,
hear what
guys.
he said? That they was bitching. He said all they do is bitch and complain.
Oh, no, no, I didn't. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear
You
that.
said
But
it
of
in
course,
that video that you were gonna play about because when he said that he didn't want
I
the
promise y'all, I'm gonna
okay.
figure out what I need to click. It's some I need to click somewhere to make sure that them sounds come over to here too. And I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out by no later than week 4.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, we are going to our next segment, which is also our last segment of the day before we wrap it up. And that segment is Mo's Money Minute. Ah, that, so it's gonna be
Yay! Where's your
Uh,
at?
and it's literally a minute. So what I decided I want to talk about today is always based on, or the advice I want to give is based on what I encounter over the week since last time, and we had a lot of conversation about people not seeing money in their paychecks. They heard that they were going to be getting more money with the big beautiful bill, and they don't see it. And then a lot of people are telling people, "Oh well, you'll see it at tax time." And that is absolutely right. But I will also give you a tip if you want to see it before tax time. You have a form at your job if you are an employee. Now, these are for W 2 employees, okay? You have a form called a W 4 form. If you go in and fill out a new W 4 form now, and check whatever box that's appropriate to you. I will say if you're a single individual with no children, you're going to check single. If you are a single individual with a child, you're going to check head of household. If you are married and you and your spouse work, you're going to check single. It'll say married filing separately. That's just on the form. That has nothing to do with what's going to be on your tax return. It just allows you to be taxed properly. But when you do that, you will then be able to see that they will calculate things, be recalculated at your payroll according to the updated taxation, the updated exemptions, all of these things, the updated exemptions and taxation based on the tax brackets. And that's where you will see the difference in your paycheck. All right. So you'll now those federal tax savings that you'll have, they will start showing up in your paycheck. So hopefully you guys heard that. I'm trying to get it out in a minute. I don't know sure if I was a little over, but this is a way for you to see the funds now. If you don't want to wait to the end of the year, or if you can wait at tax time and do that every time, but if you want to see the funds in your paycheck, you can fill out a new W-4 form. And this has been Monique J, and this has been Mo's Money Tip of the Day. Bye.
You got to get a
All
money
right.
sound. You got to get a money
Money, money, money,
sound.
money. That's what I
You
said I
got to
want
get a
to
money
add to it.
sound effect so when you do your mo
Oh,
money
look.
minute,
More money,
look,
more money.
ching. Yeah,
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Look, so
Oh, do the Wayans brothers, yeah. More money,
money,
more
more
money.
money.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, we have really y'all know it has been a technical difficulty day for us, but in true
Mm-hmm.
stag and old fashion, because we cannot be on them panels telling people to not complain and don't give up and all that. In our true fashion, we push through. We the TikToks, we went first off, we went to TikTok. TikTok froze and screwed up on us. We could have a quitter would have quit. But not us. We came right on over to TikTok. To YouTube, figured out what was going on wrong on YouTube and through our actual software. And then we still came on here and gave you guys what is about to be an hour and a half of the Proud Mary podcast. And again, if you don't know why we chose the name Proud Mary, if you know and you're new to us or not new to us, you know me and Stag's personality, and we both kind of complement each other at the opposite times. And that is, if you know the song Proud Mary, that is, we give it to you nice when we can. But we also give it to you rough when we must, and that's what we call Proud Mary. So I have been your co-host, Monique J. And it's been a pleasure. You guys, make sure you tune in. We will be here every Wednesday for now, and then we'll probably add more shows. But right now, we're doing Wednesdays. And now, Stag, you can give your goodbyes.
Yes, and I am 92 Stag, and you can find us both on TikTok at the Let's Be Honest Show or 92 Stag
Yes, and
throughout the week, arguing
if
with liberals.
and if you want to donate to our channel, because of course you see we're getting more and more things. We want to get equipment, get things to allow things to brighten up. You see at the bottom, we have our right now our cash apps individually rolling. You can do it there. That's going to be the best way because right now we're not able to do super chats or anything. But in the meantime, between time, we're going to make things happen the way they need to happen anyway. And again, I'm Monique J, and this is,
92 Stag.
and we thank you, and we will see you next time.